Welcome back. On March 5th, 2011, at approximately 10:30 p.m., Northern District officers responded to the 100 block of Workshire Lane in Glen Burnie for a report of an armed robbery that just occurred. Joining us now is Public Information Officer Justin Mulcahy with further details on this investigation. Justin.
Thanks, Eric. When officers arrived on scene, they spoke to the victim, a 23-year-old male employee of Pizza Boli's, who stated that he was making a delivery at the aforementioned location when he was approached by two male subjects. Now, one suspect displayed a handgun and demanded money along with the pizza bag. The victim complied with the suspect's demands and turned over an undisclosed amount of money along with the Pizza Boli's delivery bag. Both suspects then fled on foot and were last seen running towards Harris Heights Avenue. Numerous patrol officers, along with the K-9 unit and the aviation unit, responded to the area to complete a canvass, but were unable to locate the suspects in this case. The investigation is ongoing at this time. We do, however, have a suspect description. Suspect number one is being described as a black male, 18 to 20 years old, about 5'6", with a thin build, last seen wearing a black beanie cap. Also, description on the second suspect being described as a black male, 18 to 20 years old, 5'6", with a thin build, also last seen wearing a black beanie cap. Similar description on both suspects. Moving on now to our second incident, which took place on February 27th. This was around 11:31 in the evening when officers from the Northern District responded to the 7800 block of Americana Circle in Glen Burnie for a report of an armed robbery of a delivery driver. Now, when officers got on scene, they spoke with the victim, a 32-year-old male from Severn, who stated that he was on a food delivery at an apartment when he was approached by two male suspects wearing masks. One suspect brandished a handgun and demanded money. The victim complied, and the suspects took an undisclosed amount of money. Also, they took some food from the victim and were last seen running toward the rear of the building. Several officers and a K-9 unit canvassed the area but were unable to locate the suspects. Moving ahead now, on March 3rd, the Northern District Detective Unit, along with QRT, the Quick Response Team, executed two search and seizure warrants in Glen Burnie. The warrants stem from the ongoing investigation into the armed robbery of the aforementioned pizza delivery driver. Now, during the search warrants, detectives recovered evidence of the crime, including a .25 caliber handgun and a ski mask. The investigation and search warrants ultimately yielded two arrests. Both suspects were charged with armed robbery, theft, and reckless endangerment. The juvenile suspect was charged as an adult, and the robbery qualified him for an automatic waiver to the adult criminal justice system. The suspects were Corey James Cameron, age 18, of 6902 Glen Ridge Circle, apartment C2 in Glen Burnie. The second suspect was Eukenan Nautica Thomas, age 16, of 7882 Americana Circle, apartment 102 in Glen Burnie. Again, he was charged as an adult. As always, if you have any information on any of the crimes or suspects we mentioned on the show, don't hesitate to call, email, or text your tip to Metro Crime Stoppers Hotline. The number is available 24 hours a day, toll-free at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. You can also text message MCS plus your message to crimes at 274-637. And your third option, visit the website, www.metrocrimestoppers.net. It's important to note phone calls are not recorded and callers remain anonymous. You might be eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,000. Back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Justin.
If you are a regular Week in Review viewer, you probably know about our other shows, such as Most Wanted with Sheriff Bateman, Pet Court, and Pet of the Week. Well, we have some new programs that will air in March and April to tell you about. On Friday nights at 9 p.m., after Week in Review and the Gridiron Review, you can now see the Anne Arundel High School Battle of the Bands program in its entirety. Check out all of the young talent our high school students have to offer and grab your popcorn. It's about 4 hours long, and the winners of the competition were Pandemonia, and they are out of Severna Park High School. And for all of you night owls, the show will also air every day at midnight. That's also a good way for you to set your DVR and watch it at your own speed.
And we know you'll be setting your DVR. Well, in this week's Recreation Spotlight, Carolyn Ryan is at Severna Park High School to tell you about the department's annual summer camp and the program fair. Carolyn.
Thanks, Eric. Well, we're here at Recreation Park's annual summer camp and program fair, and I've got Jackie Herman, Recreation Supervisor, with us. Thanks for being here, Jackie.
Thank you for having me, Carolyn.
So tell us a little bit about the camp fair.
Well, we've invited all of the vendors that work with Recreation Parks to offer summer programs to the kids of the county. We have a wide range of vendors here, from science to math, art, sports, tennis. We have taekwondo, aquatics programs. If you name it, we have it.
Great. Now we also have our summer fun centers and our day camps represented as well.
Yes, we do. We have our Quiet Waters and Downs Park day camps, which are for kids entering kindergarten through 10th grade. Then we have our summer fun centers for our new age group starting this year. We're taking them in kindergarten up through entering 6th grade. We have our teen camps for our 7th through 10th graders at Kinder Farm Park and Crofton Middle School.
Great. Now, how can people get information about the summer programs that we offer?
Well, you can visit our website, or you can come visit us again at our second fair, April 2nd at South River High School from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Or you can visit our website, aacounty.org/recparks, and you can view all the programs online.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carolyn. Looks like a lot of great programs over there at Severna Park and a lot of kids having fun when they get out of school. She's back. I mean, this used to be Carla, and I turn around and I look, and Tracy's
I'm like a bad
back.
penny. I keep coming. You can't get rid of me.
Oh, you came back on heads. So how's things going? You got a new director over there at the
I
Department of
do. I have
Inspections and Permits?
a new director, and he's keeping me very busy. So I've been extremely busy since leaving Week in Review.
And we left a lot of weather for you. So you've had a lot of little instances around the county with snow and now some heavy rains this week, 6 or 7 inches of rain possibly.
and heavy. We've had a lot of wind this year. I think I was telling you earlier I lost a gutter and a shutter in the last 3 weeks.
A gutter and a shutter.
A gutter and a shutter because of the wind. But luckily I got the gutter replaced before all the heavy rain. I haven't put the shutter back up yet. But
Well, the gutter's more important.
yes, absolutely,
Right.
with all this rain especially. So there's a lot going on, but I've been watching the show.
What do you think?
I
New
like
format?
the new set, like the
set?
new format.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The Sports Palace has been closed for 2 weeks because of a leak. We had a leak in the Sports Palace, so we had to close the Sports Palace down.
okay.
But we'll be back.
But you'll
We'll
be coming
in the
back
spring.
next week. Or
We should be
in the
back
spring.
in the spring or next week. Probably next week because spring sports are really starting to take shape over the course of the next couple of days here in the high
Yep.
school.
I see the kids out there practicing their soccer and getting ready. So
Soccer?
Soccer.
No.
I see soccer out on
It's
the field.
baseball and lacrosse
Well, in
cross
high schools
country.
they also play soccer
in the fall.
in the spring.
In the fall, we've got a high school student. And chime in, high school student. Where's Jillian? Chime in. Do they play soccer in the spring? Not at the high schools. I'm sorry.
In
Tracy.
leagues they do.
In leagues, okay. So you get half credit.
I
Just
ride
like-
by Northeast High School every day where
Just
they
like
have
you
all
used
the.
to get in high school. Half credit for that test. Half credit for that answer. Well, we're very excited about a first for Week in Review on this show. One of our 2 Senior Idol winners, Shirley Valencia of Brooklyn Park, is here right now, live in studio, to perform for us. Shirley will be competing in the statewide Senior Idol contest at the end of this month. So without further ado, singing The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand, Miss Shirley Valencia.
Like the corners of my mind, misty water colored memories of the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? And if we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, could we maybe beautiful and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to the way the way we were.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Valencia, The Way We Were.
Wonderful.
Fantastic,
Thank you,
fantastic.
thank you.
Shirley, you've got to tell us a little bit about this. Where did this talented voice of yours come from?
God-given. We're from this. I was actually born in the South. We all sang together. We all played together. My girls grew up singing, and just in the family. I sing in the choir at my Lansdowne Worship Center, and I sing with the customers at my shop, Nancy Styling Salon, and that's it.
And you sing in the shower?
Yes.
And have you ever sang in a contest before?
No.
This is your first time doing a contest?
Yes.
Were you nervous?
Yes.
Yes, singing in front of people? A lot of people.
Well, yeah, it was just people that I knew, and I mean, and then there was people I didn't know, and that's what really made it nervous.
A little nerve-wracking.
Yes.
I imagine.
So what does it mean? All your friends have got to be really proud of you. Tell us how you got involved in this.
My customers at the shop all belong to the Pascal Center, and they're coming up to me. They had already signed me up. And they said, well, we want you to do this, and this is the day you're going to do it on. I'm going,
And you don't have a choice.
I had no choice at all, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I love the customers.
Right.
41 years I've been doing this, so it's not a hard thing to do when they ask you to do something.
That's great. That's great that they knew how well you could sing and that they signed you up for it, and you've come this far.
Yes, this is good.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
And the next big thing, Tracy's going to tell us a little bit about it, but it's the Maryland Senior Idol Competition.
Yes.
Coming up pretty soon, right, Tracy?
That's right. And our Week in Review crew will be at the statewide competition on March 30th at the Chesapeake Arts Center in Brooklyn Park. If you want to join the cheering section for Shirley Valencia and fellow county winner Betty Rossler, the show is from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Tickets are $6 at the door, and for more information, you can call 410-222-6680.
Well, Tracy, that was a great way to wrap up this week's Week in Review. Shirley, thanks for coming on and being our guest. And if you could help us say goodbye, I'm going to go ahead and start to close it out, and we're going to say goodbye in just one moment here. Folks, that wraps up this edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes, they're always available at blip.tv and YouTube. You can also subscribe to the free video podcast at iTunes. And please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. And ladies, we'll see you next time.